Okay, it's been a while. Another chapter in the Radpherd. I'm going to show you a few things. I'm sorry about the delays, but other work took precedence over my project. So, anyway, let's take a look here. Last time I was in the process of tearing things apart to modify the A-frames for the suspension. Now this is what came off of the truck, less some stuff that I already cut off and ground because I knew I wouldn't be using it. And here is the beginnings of what I'm going for. I want something that's more appealing to look at, and this is my start. First thing is I had to put this brace in to tie the two ends together so that they wouldn't move when I cut all the center section out. Then I made myself up a ring that is 1/2-inch pipe there. That, of course, is another piece of 1/2 inch. And I felt like that's going to look pretty good. And it does add strength, but I'm not too much worried about strength because I already know how much I'm gonna, how much other stuff is gonna be in play here. Just to give you an idea, this is the piece that I cut out. So you can see that it's a lot of stuff being thrown away. Now, I want to cover these A-arms in diamond plate and actually build another frame or structure around the original A-frame. So I'm making up diamond plate. This is still very rough, but this is going to be able to cover all of this and across here. Now I'm not going to go up to these points. I'm going to have open spaces here, so I will make another bend on this so that it goes down on the inside. Now, and here I'll show you the upper A-arm, which I'm only just starting to think about how to handle this one. But it looks like I'll just take and make a ring, remove material that's in the way, and then, as I just showed you with the diamond plate, I'll cover these areas as well. So I said that I had other projects and things that I had to deal with, and that's why I haven't had a lot to show. But I'm going to give you an example of one thing that I'll give you, just show you one of the things. All these parts had to be made for a jig so that we could build some other work here. So that ended up taking up my time because we were under a rush to get it done, which is no surprise when you're dealing with companies that wait till the last minute to do their work. But just to show you, this diamond plate, there's no way that we had any equipment that could bend that. So in looking around, I ended up purchasing this piece right here. Ignore the stuff on top. And let me take this out of here. So now, that's called a finger press. It goes straight up and down, unlike arbor press. Let me get this right. And this is for bending metal, but it can handle rather heavy stuff. This is also known as a finger press because if you see those lines, sections of the press can be removed, and that's to give you freedom to do bends that you wouldn't be able to if it was just a solid piece. Now this, you would think, well, okay, you bought it. Well, the first thing is I bought one that you have to assemble. And it's cheaper that way by $150. So I certainly was going to take and do that. But then, like everything, it doesn't do everything exactly the way I want. But here I'll show you just how it works real quick, hopefully, although pumping this press is nothing quick. We'll see here. So the piece is bending because I'm pushing directly down on it, and it's pushing it into that slot. And I know this is boring, but this is the one thing, this is not a power press, so of course you have to pump it by hand, and you see what you get produced. Now, I've just bent it, and the first problem with this piece is it's not really a 90. It's actually got a radius on it on the one side. Now, it probably would have done better if it was a wider piece. But also, I couldn't get close to the edge. So I had to, if I do a bend here and I want it only an inch wide, well then I have to cut all this material off. So I made up pieces that fit in it to give me a narrower yeah, this is going to be harder than I thought. Anyway, so there I put a piece in that makes it narrower, and I'm going to pull it back out to show you the rest. So that allows me to make something more like this, where the edge, the distance from the edge to the bend is closer together. But then that wasn't good enough, so I made another one that goes inside that one. Show you on the end there. And so now that allows me to make a bend something like this. Now this one didn't come out that well, but that's because really when you get this narrow, it's actually for lighter sheet metal. You can't bend stuff like this. The press literally just doesn't have enough oomph to it to make it happen. So those are all things I had to modify, and I couldn't really move ahead without it. So I had to take the time to purchase it and then wait for it to show up and then build it and then modify, because of course it's not everything that I hoped it would be. And I guess that's at least an update. I am going to give you a video probably next Monday about the body itself. Again, I don't have as much to show, but you know, at least it's some progress and you'll get an update. So just remember, maybe I am childish, but at a higher level of immaturity than a child. See you.